go ahead and demonstrate next is a 2-point perspective. I've already got the 1 point up there. I'm going to go ahead and once again come up with my 2 points that I'm going to go ahead and vanish off to. They should be in line with each other, so notice that I'm lining them up here. The distances don't really matter a whole lot. This is just to go ahead and make it look like the object. Once again, this is the object that I'm trying to sketch. So you're looking at it from upside down. This is my front view that I'm going to deal with. This is my right side view. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my height. I'm going to once again double all the blocks, that way they look a little taller. So right there's going to be the corner right here that I'm dealing with. It's going to go ahead and head off to this side. And off to that side, and I'm going to go ahead and take this one off to this side as well. Maybe if I can draw a straight line.
It's a beautiful line, V, don't worry.
There we go.
You should use the ruler.
Okay, so now for my width, I'm not necessarily going to go back 6 blocks because, once again, it's in perspective. So right there I'm going to call my width. And I'm going to call this right here my depth on just the bottom portion. Notice that I still have this back peg I'm going to have to deal with on the back side. So I'm going to shoot this off to this side. And I'm going to go ahead and shoot this one off to that side. So right there we're starting to get that bottom piece. I've got to go ahead and build in here. I could go ahead and pick my points out here. Actually I'm going to say right there. And right there's where my middle block falls so that I can start building this in the back. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot these off here. Once again I'm going to start darkening in, otherwise this is going to become very hard to see with all the lines that I'm drawing. Yes. I'm going to darken that all the way across, even though we have another block attaching to it, because it's going to be a transition corner. So right there's the basic part first. Now what I've got to go ahead and do is build up right here for the block that sits on top. Once again, height lines in 2-point perspective are still straight up and down. So I've got those coming up. I'm going to go ahead and connect that down there. And that lines up pretty well there, and that one lines up pretty well there. So I don't really have to do a lot more work with those. I'm going to drop this one straight down for the back of it and shoot this one off. Oh, I suppose this one I should have taken to my vanishing point. I'm going to erase that and work with it just a little more. This one should have come off to my vanishing point here. So right there is actually my corner. And this one should also come off to my vanishing point. Now I can take this one back to my vanishing point here. And that goes ahead and gives me that block that sits on top. Remember, any width or depth lines should go to vanishing point. They should not just be sketched in. That would be a mistake that I made on that one line. But I went ahead and corrected it. Height lines in a 2-point perspective are still just straight up and down. So right there is my perspective of this object. It's going to be turned a little different. If you brought the camera around to this side, you'd see that they're supposed to look a little bit alike. I'll go ahead and just turn this around so you can kind of see that resemblance.
Amazing.